Hey guys, welcome to Let the People Know. I'm your host, Jeannine Lesante. I'm here at Marian Catholic High School, where an exceptional education is rooted in faith, family, and education. Today, you are going to hear from administration, you're going to hear from teachers, you are going to hear from parents, and most importantly, you're going to hear from the students here at this great high school located right in Tamaqua, Pennsylvania. Right now, I'm pleased to have Mrs. Jean Susko with me, the principal, and also Stan Dukowski. He's a man with many titles, but right now we're going to call you the athletic director. How about that?
Thank you.
All right, and we'll get to some of the other titles that you hold here at Marian High School. So thanks for having me in. I actually have a daughter who goes here. She's a freshman at the time, and my son, who's at Holy Family Academy, will also be attending Marian in the fall. So you'll have both of my children
Excellent.
Here at Marian. So we're very happy, and we wanted to tell the public a little bit about the Catholic education out of Marian and why you may want to choose Marian for your son or daughter. So Mrs. Susko, thanks for having us.
Thank you. Marian Catholic High School offers a quality education which, as was indicated, is based upon faith. And with that structure, it provides many opportunities for the students beyond the academic realm, of which we have a variety of academic programs ranging from advanced placement to as low as basic if students need it in terms of the academic program. So we do support all students academically. In addition to that, we have many faith-based activities, which includes Mass each week. We have a lot of different activities that go on in the classrooms. We offer many retreats for the students. So there's plenty of opportunity to build on one's faith, as well as the fact that we are a family and that there's a lot of tradition that goes on at Marian, of which is very deeply rooted in what we do and what we believe.
Okay, and you don't have to be Catholic to come to Marian, but you do have a lot of faith-based activities here.
That is correct. We do have pretty many students with different diverse backgrounds in terms of those that come to us. And in the theology class, there is an appreciation for all those different types of religion that may be available in that classroom, in the conversations that they have. In addition to that, another thing that I'd like to share is that many times there's concerns because of the tuition base that we have for a Catholic education, and in this particular case, at Marian Catholic High School, we do provide opportunities for financial aid that's available for parents to apply for. There's also some scholarships that may be applied for as well.
I know from experience when I was looking at high schools for my daughter when she first came here, coming and taking a tour is very important because in your mind you might think, I can't afford it, or this isn't for me, and you go off the assumptions of other parents or other people in the community. And I welcome you to have an open mind and come and take a tour, because once you're in the school, Marian really does sell itself. And as you said, there is room for affordability and financial aid, which there are other things we're going to be working on this year to help with scholarships and that sort of thing. So taking a tour, coming into the school is something I think parents should do if you're on the fence on where to send your son or daughter. It's an investment in their education, not just a cost that you're paying for them to come here.
In addition, we also offer students an opportunity to shadow some of our students during the school day as well, that they come into the school and they participate in actual classrooms, being able to sit there, follow the entire school day, the structure of what our average student will go through so that they get a better feel for what Marian is all about.
Now you also have the STEM school, you have online electives, so it's a small school, but you do offer a great variety in the form of education.
Absolutely. Again, if you would be interested in coming in and taking a tour, you can take a look at our current classroom scenarios. You could take a look at the new STEM labs that we just recently have placed in the school. There's many different opportunities for you to see what Marian is all about inside the building as well as out.
Yeah, and who knows all about Marian is Stan, because Stan has been here for a very long time, lots of titles. Athletic director, he's a teacher, he's in charge of the legacy group. And Stan, you can tell us a little bit about your background here at Marian.
I've been here for over 40 years. I've served as head football coach for 40 years, athletic director for about 30 years. Teach 20th century American history, a class I absolutely love, and began developing the legacy program the last couple of years because I think the real strength of our school lies in the fact that when you come to Marian High School, you're going to get the Marian family. And I really want to stress that. We talk about family and tradition, and I want our students to realize that there are people literally around the country who are willing to help them. You know, it's funny that we're doing this today because I got my first call from China last week.
Okay.
And it was from an alum in China to tell me that I'd asked him about supporting a program to say, I'm going to do this because I want to help the school. And I told him I'm 66, I never had a call from China. So our alumni are very well committed to what we're doing here, and that's only an example of it. And what we want to do is establish a speaker series. We kicked it off with Vinny Villa, who did a great job. We're going to expand that next year, bring alumni in, have them interact with our students, with our faculty, and just have that bond there, which could lead maybe to references, recommendations for colleges, maybe some summer jobs, internships, and also connect our alumni or reconnect them with our school again and get to know the kids personally and see the caliber of student that we have at Marian High School now, because I've seen greatness walk these halls. I've seen people that could basically do anything, any profession they want to do, and we still have those types of students here, and I want people to know that. And I believe the best years of Marian High School are ahead, and our alumni are going to play a critical role in making sure those best years happen.
And as Mrs. Susko had mentioned before, you're not just a number, where you are family here. You're treated like family. So when you have maybe those issues that teenagers deal with, you know that you can rely on your teachers, the guidance counselors, the people around you that really are your network. And let's think about it. Your kids spend most of their time in school, right? So they're not home as much as they're in school. So the people that they surround themselves with in school really make a difference on shaping their character and also backing their religion.
Well, there's no doubt about that. And I think one thing that people don't realize about our school is we do draw from a lot of different areas. I really think it helps our students when they go to college, because you're not going to a school where it's a one-town school and one group of schools. So your friends are from Monterey City, Frackville, Weatherly, wherever the case may be. And I think it really helps them adjust. I know it does, because kids have told me that when they go to college now, everybody's from someplace else. And you learn how to get along here, you learn how to blend together, and somebody you don't know as a freshman turns out to be your best friend as a senior, and you're friends for life. And that's the thing that I think we kind of unique about our school, is developing those bonds from people that didn't grow up together but become very close friends.
So in conclusion, when we look at affordability, just so we re-emphasize that this school can be affordable to someone who may not think they have the funding for it, correct?
That's correct. There's all different levels and platforms of different types of financial aid that's available to the families.
All right. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
I know
Thank
we're in
you.
the cafeteria, so if you hear some footsteps in the background, we are taping this during school hours. We're very brave today, but we wanted to talk with students coming in, right? We have the student council with us today. We have alumni, and we also have a parent ambassador. You're watching Let the People Know right here at SSP TV, and we will be right back. And welcome back. You're watching Let the People Know right here on SSP TV. I'm at Marian Catholic High School, and today we are informing you about why you should choose Marian for your son or daughter. We spoke with the principal, Mrs. Jeannine Lesante. We also heard from Stan Dukowski. He's the athletic director. And now we're going to hear from parents, and we're going to hear from a teacher. And you also, he also had children who attended Marian as well. So Mary Pat Stroya is with us, and Mr. Joseph D'Angelo. So thank you for inviting us here to Marian.
You're welcome.
So Mary Pat, you have children who are here, who have gone here. You're very active in the school. Tell our viewers about what Marian is all about.
Okay, sure. Thanks, Jeannine. I've had two children that have graduated from here. One is in college and graduating this year. The other one is just attending her first year of college. And I now have a son who's a junior at Marian. And I can just tell you that it's been the best experience for my children. I think one of the most important things is really the value that the students get from this school. So I would say that if I had to rank Marian as a school in this region, I would say it's the best value school in the region. And the reason why I say that is I think it's a combination of things. So academics are very important, obviously. This is why we're sending our children to school here. I think the second is related to the economics and how we talked about the ability to, have financial aid and scholarships. And one of the most important things that really stand out for me personally is how well-rounded and respectful and empathetic the students are. I think that's one of the biggest things that I think I've experienced with my children, and I see it every day when I walk in the halls, and I think Mr. D'Angelo can agree with that.
And Mr. D'Angelo, you've been here not only teaching, you were the former softball coach, and you also have children who've been to Marian.
Yes, I am a graduate as well.
Okay.
And I first came to the school watching my older brother play sports, so I've had a love affair with Marian probably for over 50 years. Wow. And I did have 3 children that graduated from here. And I also have taught Mary Pat's 3 children as well, coached one of her daughters in softball. And I think the thing that amazes me the most is the growth that students have during the course of their 4 years here. I do remember one of my sons telling me, "Dad, I'm a senior now, of course I'm going to do that." And I just see it time and time again. They do come as respectful young boys and girls, and they leave as respectful young adults. And as we claim to, we develop the whole person, not just academically, but we are allowed to develop them morally and spiritually, and that is part of our mission statement as well.
Mm-hmm. Mary Pat, now you travel the world with your job, and you see a lot of different things, you're cultured. So when you say that there's a value in this school, I think people should know that you have traveled and you've seen other areas and you've seen other establishments and universities in that nature.
Right, I'm in the international healthcare business and I'm traveling internationally for that right now. Previously, I worked for a Fortune 500 company and traveled the US in healthcare. So I have had an opportunity. My children, when they were younger, actually went to school in Cincinnati. So we have a lot of friends that are there. We have a lot of friends whose children graduated from schools there. And I'm just, very, very pleased with the experience that my children have had here at Marian Catholic. And I'll give you an example, and Mr. D'Angelo talked about this. My oldest daughter, who's graduating from college right now, she was actually accepted to medical school as a senior at Marian Catholic in an early admission program.
Wow.
We have so many students who are getting into the best colleges across the country. We see this. One student from my daughter's class last year got a full scholarship to LaSalle, scholarships to Villanova. Students like my daughter are getting into very highly selective schools like Lafayette, which is where she goes. So I think, academically, it's really been great. The other thing, again, I will go back to the students. And, we talk about family here. But what I see is that every individual has an opportunity to shine. Okay, so you can be in sports, you could be with academics, you could be with community service, you can be in the chorus, you could be the choreographer of the play, Molly Magushak, or you could be in the Future Business Leaders of America. I mean, we just had, a large number of students who went out to compete at the state level, and we have some that are going on to nationals. So you can, whatever your little niche is, okay, the school is small enough so that you really can shine. And I think that's the other thing that I really, like about Marian. So everybody has an opportunity.
Let's talk about money, because we got to afford to come here. And that's always something that a parent says. What do you say to those parents who say, well, I can't afford it? Or maybe can they afford it, but maybe it's not a priority on their list of affordability? What's your opinion on that as a parent?
Well, again, I think we have to go back to what is value all about. So value is a combination of things. And yes, economics and cost, but over 55% of the students here are getting some type of financial aid. In addition to that, we were just talking about a potential scholarship opportunity. There are scholarships that are out there. One of the great things about kind of a Catholic school and the Christian values is that the administration will work with families to take a look at what they can really afford to pay here for the school. And, and many of us, buy that Starbucks coffee every day or something else, have your whatever that you really like. And so sometimes you might have to just kind of take a little bit of a step back and look at, what is the most important thing for you, for your child, and what do you want to see that your child accomplish in life. I think, we're really looking at how do we develop the whole person, a very well-rounded person. And I think, yes, you're making an investment, but there are definitely opportunities for financial aid.
Definitely well said. Now, Mr. D'Angelo, talk about the small classroom sizes, the advantage with working one-on-one with the student in that family environment here at Marian, and how you think that benefits the student.
Well, first of all, I think that we get to know each student's strengths and weaknesses academically, but we do get to know them as people as well. And just to piggyback off what Mary Pat said, we just had similar conversations after the play about how well typecast those students were, and some of them even said to me that they really appreciated the roles that they were put in, that was them, and they thanked the directors for that, and that's just getting to know the students that you teach over the years. Secondly, as far as, if you don't mind me adding to another question, financially, we believe this is a return on investment. Okay, that even though it does cost some money to come here, that you'll be more than rewarded for that in the future financially with scholarships to colleges and jobs in the long run. So again, return on investment comes to mind immediately as far as that's concerned.
Well, very good. Well, thank you for being on the program. Hopefully we are educating our viewers on what Marian is actually all about. Did you have something in closing?
I just wanted to say that I would recommend that everyone who has a student in 7th or 8th grade give a consideration to coming to visit Marian. Just come for a tour. I think once you have an opportunity to meet, and you're going to hear a little bit from the students a little bit later, the students can really express how valuable this education has been to them. So I would recommend to any families out there, 6th, 7th, or 8th grade, come visit us, come learn a little bit about Marian. I think you'll be really happy with it.
Very good. We'll be right back. You're watching Let the People Know. Students are next here at Marian Catholic High School. Marian Catholic High School, where you will get an exceptional education rooted in faith, family, and education. Welcome back to Let the People Know. I'm your host, Jeannine Lesante. I'm here at Marian for the day, enjoying all of these students, all of these teachers, and especially talking with parents here at the school. We are informing you about why you should consider Marian for your son or daughter. And I am really happy to have students on with me. None of their lines were rehearsed. We actually just met about 2 minutes before taping this program, and I have the council president with us. We have Keith McCall, and we also have Nina Zelenak. She's the VP of Student Council. They're both seniors, and I'm happy to have you guys on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So why choose Marian? Why did you decide to come to Marian?
Well, it's been in my family for so long. Like my uncle went here. But what really got my attention to coming here was I knew a girl in 8th grade that was a freshman, and I wanted to shadow her. So I was like, hey, can I come shadow you one day? And she said yes, so I came. And from that day on, I cannot stop thinking about when my 8th grade graduation was and when I can go to Marian. And it just it made me smile to walk down the hallways and just see everybody so friendly, and the teachers. I just loved it.
So what did you like most about it? Was it that family environment, or what do you remember? How do you remember feeling when you came here?
Well, in 8th grade, I always try to impress people, grow up to the older kids. But just I don't know, this friendly. I knew a lot of people here coming in, and just the friendly faces, and it just made me feel more at home and as more of a family.
And you're a senior now, graduating.
Yes, I am. Yep.
You're graduating, and you're majoring. You've actually accepted
to Bloomsburg, yes, for speech
University.
pathology. Yes.
Very good. And Keith, you're also a senior?
I am a senior.
And what made you decide on Marian?
See, at a young age, a lot of kids know, their parents might force them to go somewhere or say, this is where you should go based on where they went to high school. And my parents didn't do that. They gave it up to me, like where I wanted to go, whether public school or come here for a private school. And I was friends with a lot of kids from my area for the public school, and I knew a lot of kids, and we got along very well. And I went to a couple of the football games here for Marian, and I had a shadow day like Nina did. And when it came down to it, like I just decided that Marian was the best option. And another thing that I thought was unique was a lot of kids that do go to the public schools, they're around those kids from when they're 5 until they're 18 graduating. And when I came here, it was like new people, you can start a new start, and I thought that was just what set it apart for me.
Do you feel that will help you when you go to college?
Oh, definitely. It does have like a college-like environment, because you may not know as many people and you get to like intermingle around. So, when you come here and you meet kids from Hazleton, you meet kids from Shenandoah, you meet kids from Monoy or Panther Valley, that was what really set apart for me, that I was like, wow, I can meet a lot of new people and have different opportunities and different experiences,
And you also accepted where you're going to college?
Yes, I'm going to Penn State main
And do you know
campus.
what your field will be in?
I'm looking to have a major in marketing, and I'm also looking to maybe minor in film and video. So
Very good. I like the way you talk. So was it easy coming to the school and preparing your applications for college? How did that work here at Marian to prepare you?
Well, our new guidance counselor, Miss Dunn, she is just fantastic, and she's always on us about like getting applications in, our transcripts, and we have the Common App website, which really prepared us over the summer. The juniors coming into being seniors should kind of fill out this entire thing. It takes a long time, but at the end, you just click that send it in, and your transcript's in and everything else, and you apply to college. So
yeah, Miss Dunn made everything a very smooth transition for us. From junior year, before we even were sending out applications, she was helping us like decide which way we want to go, like where you might want to go if you want to get out of the area, if you want to stay here. So just like she would have meetings just to get to know you better. Like it's like a personal, like she knows you one-on-one. Like you go up and have a meeting with her, and it's a one-on-one interaction. And that's, I think, what sets apart other schools too. You're not just a number, you're a person here, and you can have that one-on-one interaction with a guidance counselor or a teacher.
Did you feel you had enough choices when it came to activities and sports and extracurricular activities?
yeah, there's so much to do here.
There's a lot
like
to do here.
crazy amount. You wouldn't expect it from such a small school, but there are clubs that have 4 kids to 30, but like they all still count and they all make a difference in the school. Like SAD, CRS, volleyball, football, all those other big sports and clubs.
Yeah, we offer a lot of sports, and we even have we have co-ops that we can do too. So if we don't have a pool, and we have Danny Berlitz who won 5 or 6 state championships in swimming. So like we offer things that if we don't offer it here and we don't have the facilities, you can also do it at another school in a co-op, which is interesting. Like we have wrestling. We just incorporated wrestling this year, which is another cool thing.
Do you feel because we are a small school that we are behind in other areas, or is that something that people might just assume? Let's talk about technology, and let's talk about working at inside STEM classes.
Yeah, I would say that's a misconception. I personally take the STEM course that we just put in. We just got all new STEM labs, and it's state of the art. We get into softwaring and programming. We do this. It's called Arduino. So that's something where you have to program a computer, like a disk, a chip, and you have to we made drones. So we had to upload a program to the chip onto the drone, and we can fly drones in there. So it's just stuff that you wouldn't know or wouldn't think that you would have in a small school like this, but we have it and we offer it.
Well, there are laptops in every classroom, which I don't understand why people don't see that. So they say like Marian doesn't have a lot of technology, but we really do. We almost in every classroom, all of our English, most of our science classrooms has our case full of little laptops, and we use them almost every class. Yeah. So I really do think that Marian is approving with technology.
Again, none of these lines were rehearsed, just met these students 5 minutes before we taped this show. In closing, what would you say to anyone in 6th, 7th, 8th grade looking at where they want to choose to go to high school?
Take a shadow day, come visit us. You can visit one of us. It's a lot more fun than people think high school is. There's a lot to do.
Yeah, I would definitely say take a shadow day, because a lot of kids are swayed by that, and just to be in the environment on your own, you can see. It's just like if you're visiting a college, if you're going to go to a college, Like, you should visit before you accept to go to a college. And I would say just don't let other people limit you. And I would say that, like, do your own thing.
Very nice. Do your own thing. Keith and Nina, thanks for joining us here, and I wish
Thank
you a
you.
lot of luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you very much.
All right, you're watching Let the People Know. We're here at Marian Catholic High School. The number has been on the screen if you want any information, if you want to take a tour. 570-467-3335, located in Tamaqua, Pennsylvania. We'll see you next time.